It's December 14th, JLD here, and welcome to MSTR. Today in the Treasury Titans. Nothing in this video is financial advice, but sit back, relax, because Michael Saylor, he says he will work for Bitcoin. It was actually a great post underneath his post from Shake Shack that said, hey, actually come work for Shake Shack instead, because we will pay you in Bitcoin. So Shake Shack, way to take advantage of an opportunity. You definitely crush it. And listen, the absolute obnoxiousness of traditional media continues while Reuters posts Bitcoin hoarding company strategy remains in the NASDAQ 100. I mean, these companies are begging for clicks. They're begging for engagement. They're so trashy. It's unbelievable. But I do love that Michael Saylor immediately came back and said the Bitcoin hoarding will continue until the complaining stops. Basically saying, stop your whining, Reuters. You've already lost 100 times over. Strategy Maxi says, someday I will experience this. Iron Mind faces Iron Mind face to face with intensity unlike anything. Everyone around us will be in awe. And this is from a post from Bruce Fenton, who says, got to say hello and catch up. Got to say hello and catch up with Michael Saylor this week and see him at a few events. He's one of the nicest and most likable people in this space, in my humble opinion. Funny thing, he talks about Bitcoin constantly. No joke. He's just like his speeches, apparently 24/7. Very smart and dedicated. No one sane should ever bet against anyone who holds a lot of Bitcoin. Strategy is in a much different and better spot than most companies trying to do similar things. Its size, advantage, and cheap access to credit makes the speculative attack on the US dollar especially viable with a nearly unique financial flywheel. Saylor's obsessive nature and computer-like brain regarding Bitcoin debt is also an advantage. I'm cautious of many aspects of treasury strategies, but I am bullish on Bitcoin as it has been for 12 plus years. If Bitcoin hits $1 million, then strategy would be able to buy almost any company on the earth. In the meantime, one thing I'd love to see companies who hold a lot of Bitcoin do is work on increasing privacy, increasing self-custody for themselves, and others working on making Bitcoin easier to use as cash for transactions for themselves and others. Also, every company should have a defensive strategy and plan for the inevitable fork attempt or other pressure that will no doubt put on large hodlers at some point. The cyberpunk values that build Bitcoin are key for its value. We must always strive to strengthen them. Epic and exciting times. And I have to agree, Bruce. Adam says, amazing. Ask yourself, why do so many people want strategy to fail? Have you ever actually seen a group of people consistently advocate for the collapse or liquidation of a company the way they do against strategy? Those who don't know Bitcoin will become increasingly irrelevant. They can fight all they want. Victory is inevitable. Pio says, this is so true, especially if you're a public-facing investor. Most people just point to an asset and say, the price is down without actually understanding what the asset is. It takes a lot of time to actually be right. And this is in response to Chris's post of, as an investor, you have to be completely comfortable with looking wrong for extended periods of time before your thesis is proven right. And let me tell you, for over 6 months now, strategy investors, us, we have looked wrong, but we will be proven right because we know our thesis is built on the strongest foundation in the world. Brian Brookshire says, the one thing I always found interesting about Metaplanet was that it chose to implement a Bitcoin put selling program rather than a covered call program. When you sell a call, the dealer shorts Bitcoin to hedge. But when you sell a put, the dealer buys Bitcoin. Put selling is better for Bitcoin price. And Metaplanet's doing what's better for Bitcoin price. Adrian says, Saylor is my spirit animal. MSCI threatens MSTR with delisting. Saylor says, more Bitcoin. FUD about NASDAQ removal invalidated. Saylor, still buying, stop complaining. He is also my spirit animal, Adrian. So I'm glad you said that as well, because it is just so true. Strategy Maxi says, Saylor literally said, STFU, shut the F up. We will stack more Bitcoin. I love Saylor. Dilution, Ponzi, Bitcoin goes to zero. Time to STFU. Okay. The last post I want to share here is about a 1-minute clip from Michael Saylor. This is just, to me, an epic classic one that you're just going to have to sit back and enjoy.
I don't want to be the dude that made a good trade that made 25 or made $50 billion by trading Bitcoin by using cheap corporate money. We don't want to be the company that made 25 or $50 billion or a Hail Mary, or maybe we lost it by whatever, borrowing money, however we can get it to buy Bitcoin. We want to be the company that provided a comfortable retirement to 1 billion people and changed the world, right? We want to change the monetary system. I want everybody to get up in America and say, I'm not getting paid 10% tax deferred from my bank or from my money market. That's not fair. That's an abomination. I'm going to tell all my friends that I'm so mad about it. I'm going to go tell my 100 people that I know, they all need to pull their money out of the money market. They need to buy Stretch. And we want to be in a position where we can accommodate that demand.
All right, Michael Saylor dropping value bombs per usual. Now sit back, relax. I've got a longer clip from Michael Saylor you don't want to miss.
I'm going to make one point, right? Which is, if you walk down the street and you ask 100 people, what do you want? Do you want to get 30 or 40% a year with 40 volatility? You know, between 1 and 5 say, yeah, I could put some of my money into that. But a lot of people are afraid. If you ask the average person, would you like a bank account that pays you 10% tax deferred? Everybody wants that. So if you're not sure what you want, you probably want something like Stretch, STRC. And if you think about the implications of this for the digital economy, what this means is that on a foundation of Bitcoin, digital capital, we're going to see digital credit spread into every single market, and it's going to fix the banking system. It's going to fix the money market system. And it's probably going to reset the cost of capital for corporate credit, private credit, other types of credit securities. The winner is the investor. The winner is the digital economy. The winner is the Bitcoin holder in the Bitcoin community. The loser is any bureaucratic, antiquated oligopoly that wants to keep your money and pay you nothing.
Michael Saylor just made an $835 million bet buying the Bitcoin dip. Right now, Bitcoin's fallen almost 40% off its October high, and the big money is buying the dip. What's your strategy? Now might be a great time to convert your IRA or 401k to Bitcoin with the help of Bit IRA. Plus, you can fund it with pre-tax funds, then continue to invest it over time as you do any other retirement accounts. Bit IRA protects your assets with end-to-end insurance, highly secure storage, multi-encryption, and registered with the U.S. government. Your IRA is fully IRS compliant. Best of all, you can trade crypto within your retirement account without incurring taxes on any buys or sells. Just go to bitira.com/JLD and request a free info guide. Once you do that and open your IRA, you'll get a free ledger. Bitcoin has proven time and time again to rebound, every cycle going from a higher low to a higher high. With Strategy's latest purchase, Michael Saylor clearly believes Bitcoin is at a discount. Time for you to get in too. Go to bitira.com/JLD to open a tax-sheltered IRA in Bitcoin. When you're ready to build your complete business identity, you want to do it fast and right. With Northwest Registered Agent, you can build your business identity in just 10 clicks in 10 minutes. When you want more, start your business with Northwest. Everything you need to launch and protect your business all in one place. Your business identity isn't just your logo or website, it's everything that represents you, from what customers see to what they don't: legal filings, state licenses, secure domains, and compliance tools. Northwest gives you more privacy, more tools, and more guidance so you can focus on growing your dream. For nearly 30 years, Northwest has helped entrepreneurs like us build confidently. You can form your business for just $39 plus state fees, backed by real corporate guides, people who know your state's laws and have your back every step of the way. Don't wait. Protect your privacy, build your brand, and get your complete business identity in just 10 clicks in 10 minutes. Visit www.northwestregisteredagent.com/paidJLD and start building something amazing. Get more with Northwest Registered Agent at www.northwestregisteredagent.com/paidJLD.
And that's a lot of different systems everywhere in the world, but we're reforming that system to the benefit of humanity. And you're all on the journey with us, so thank you for your support.
Fantastic. Michael, thank you so much for your presentation and for sharing your insights. If we have time, I would love to just pick your brains. We have one question from the community, and I think you've explained so much on the longevity of Bitcoin and the reasonings why. We have Binance's flagship event. We have people watching from all over the world. If you had one final message to give everyone, markets are cyclical and we've seen the ups and downs of the movements, but why Bitcoin? Why now? Why always?
Yeah, my message is digital is changing the world. It's very obvious. Digital intelligence is going to go into your car, into your robots, into your phones. We're going to have 1 billion AIs. The cars will drive themselves. Robots going to make stuff. If you want to make stuff, do things, think about things, you got to think digitally. Digital assets are going to change the world. Digital currency, digital equity, digital credit, digital finance, digital securities. It's all digitally transforming. A very simple lesson of digital is there's nothing you can't do better digitally. If you think about the advances in digital photos and digital video and digital education and digital entertainment, the digital transformation is upon us. Right now, we're transforming capital markets, transforming banking. My message to everybody is figure out how to harness the power of digital technology to provide your good, your service, your product, your investors something better. Serve the citizens, serve your customers, serve your family, right? There's volatility in the market. There's sound and there's fury. There's skepticism. You know, there was skepticism about electricity. There's skepticism about automobiles, about airplanes. Every technology's got skepticism. People weren't even sure they liked nuclear power for the past 50 years, right? We stopped nuclear energy from 73 to 2023. And then all of a sudden they decided that infinite clean energy was probably not a bad idea again. So there's always going to be skepticism of the new. But I wouldn't get caught up. I wouldn't be afraid or I wouldn't be cowed by the volatility. The volatility means this is the most powerful, vibrant, useful thing in the entire capital market. That's why it's volatile. And there's energy there. You can harness the energy if you're not afraid of it. Don't run away from the fire, run toward the fire. That's what I would say to everybody. If you can't handle if you can't stomach 50 vol, or the volatility of the capital, then there's a simple answer: the credit. Either create the credit if you're a builder, or buy the credit if you're an investor. You can have the benefits of the crypto economy without the volatility if you buy digital credit. And if you don't want that, then you can create the credit. And if you want raw power, plug digital capital into your country, your company, your family, your product. I think it's the most extraordinary thing of our lifetime.
What's the second best? There is no second best.